In the headlines, gunmen raid Edo train station, abduct unspecified number of passengers and injure many. Hoodlums disrupt collection of PVCs, threaten INEC officials in Edo. And on the international scene, Iran executes 2 more men in cases linked to ongoing protests. Hello and welcome to Trust TV News Updates. I am Martia Umar. Thank you for joining. Now the news in detail. Gunmen have abducted many passengers from a train station in Ubueben local government area of Edo State. The victims were waiting to board a train to Warri in Delta State when the attackers struck. Confirming the incident, the state public relations officer of the police, Chidi Umabuzo, said it is unclear if anyone was killed in the incident, but the travelers sustained bullet wounds. He said the abductors, armed with AK-47 rifles, invaded the train station on Saturday evening and shot sporadically into the air before abducting scores of intending travelers. The development comes less than a year after terrorists gunned down some train passengers in Kaduna and abducted more than 60 of them. Hoodlums over the weekend disrupted the distribution of permanent voters' cards in some parts of Ikpoba Oka local government area of Edo State. It was learned that the incident happened on Friday and Saturday in Ward 1 at Iwogbon Ute, Ward 5 at St. Saviour's School, Ward 7 at Igbokun, Ward 6 at Maria Goretti College, RA 9 at Obayoto Army Children's School and Ogege Health Center. The hoodlums were said to have stormed the collection centers in the morning when officials of the INEC moved the distribution of the PVCs to ward level. The head of voter education, Edo INEC office, Timidi Wariowe, in a statement said INEC Edo State has received reports of unruly incidents between Friday and Saturday which degenerated to the disruption of collection of PVCs and threat to officials and materials in the 5 wards. He said INEC had informed the police command about the situation. He called on citizens, especially community leaders, on the need to ensure the safety of INEC officials and materials deployed to their various communities to ensure their voters collected their PVCs and were able to vote in the elections. And ahead of the 2023 general elections, the Independent National Electoral Commission, INEC, announced commencement of devolution and distribution of permanent voters' cards in wards and registration areas from Friday the 6th of January to ease distribution and collection of PVCs by prospective voters. Trust TV Sagir Ibrahim visit Dusan Al-Haji LEA Primary School Ward Registration Area and Buari Area Council of Abuja to observe the distribution process.
Behind me are prospective voters who have come out in their numbers to collect their permanent voter cards following an announcement by the Independent National Electoral Commission, INEC, that distribution of permanent voter cards will be moved from local government offices to ward and registration areas across the country to fast-track and make easy the distribution process.
This is the LEA Primary School Registration Area, Dutse Al-Haji, in Buari Area Council in the Federal Capital Territory, Abuja. These prospective voters are visibly agitated after waiting several hours to collect their permanent voter cards to no avail.
I came by 9 because they said it's opening by 9, a few minutes past 9. And the place is crowded. The crowd for me is nowhere managed.
This queue here since 8 a.m. At first, the queue was going on well. They write some names. Then the names at long run, I don't understand what was going on again. As if some people were favored, some people have some people that they will attend to them because they know some people. I don't understand.
What they are doing here, they'll meet somebody at the front there. They'll be looking for your name, or maybe they will pass like more than 10-15 people names before they get into your own name. So that process is not nice. It's as if they are too slow. For like about 30 minutes, you won't have anybody living there with any good results. they find their way to bring the ballot papers to every polling unit, they can as well employ this method of, bringing all the staff across all the whole polling unit centers so that people can easily go to their polling unit and get their PVC.
On whether the process has dampened their spirit, they expressed conviction to collect their permanent voter cards no matter the cost.
It's called February 25th, I'm voting. That's for sure for me. I'm voting February 25th. If to come here every day, I'll make the sacrifice to do that.
I will collect my PVC. It can't discourage me. I will vote. I want to vote. Yes, I will vote. I will vote. I'll continue coming until I get my PVC, because this time around we must vote, and we are going to vote wisely this time. We must get it right.
No, I'm not going to give up. I have to collect it. Even if it takes me from today till 22nd, I will still come. I'm not going to give up.
INEC had announced that collection of PVCs across wards and registration areas will commence on Friday, the 6th of January, and end on Sunday, the 16th. They also added that the process will be on even during the weekends to ensure Nigerians seize the opportunity to collect their PVCs ahead of the February 25 general elections. Sagir Ibrahim, Trust TV News, Abuja.
Meanwhile, prospective voters in Gombe State are trooping to collect their cards in INEC establishments in the state ahead of the 2023 January 22 deadline for collection of permanent voters' cards, PVC. And this comes amidst concern over non-collection of thousands of PVCs, including leftover from 2019. Ibrahim Ismail reports.
Determined to cast their vote in the 2023 general elections, a lot of residents in Gombe metropolis stay on queues to get their permanent voters' cards. Some Nigerians speak on the effectiveness of the electoral body in the collection process.
So I'm here to collect my PVC from the collection INEC. So the process was going smoothly.
The collection process has been very successfully. The INEC staff are doing excellent job. The process has been smooth, and the time consumed is less. As soon as you come, they do their best to verify your slips for enrollment. Then after, they issued out your card. If your name is found, everything is done successfully.
Actually, we have just collected our voters' card right now. We are grateful for that. And we are ever ready whenever the time of election is about to take place. At least we have confidence to go and cast our vote to whoever we like to cast for.
While others have collected their cards, others are still waiting, hoping to have theirs.
It has been going on gradually. It's not very fast and it's not too slow. Some people have been able to collect their own, and some people, they were told that their own is not yet out. So I'm wondering, up to this time, if somebody cannot collect his or her PVC, what will happen by next month when the election will begin? So I think it's better they do something about it so that people will be able to collect their PVC as they are coming.
The Independent National Electoral Commission INEC Gombe State said it has created conducive atmosphere for PVC collection in the state.
In line with Section 19 of the Electoral Act 2022, the Commission displayed the preliminary register of voters for claims and objections in the 114 registration areas we have in the state. During the exercise, registered voters had the opportunity to request for correction of their biodata or objection to the inclusion of ineligible persons in the preliminary register.
As at December 2023, there are more than 230,000 uncollected PVCs in Gombe State, a situation that calls for more enlightenment campaign for citizens to collect their cards, as the 2023 general elections is less than 2 months away from Gombe. Ibrahim Ismail reporting for Trust TV.
With less than 2 months to the 2023 general elections, Nigerians have been reminded of the need to effectively play their role and the task of electing credible leaders for the nation. In Makadi, the Benue State capital, some residents believe that for the country to get it right, all eligible voters must exercise their franchise and voting days. The report.
Benue State had a population of about 4 million people, according to the 2006 population figures. The number is expected to have increased significantly within the last 16 years due to factors like fertility rate, migration, life expectancy, and others. However, results from the 2019 elections showed that less than 1 million Benue citizens voted in the governorship election. This leaves many wondering if the 2023 polls will present a different or similar scenario.
Every citizen in Nigeria, it is a civic right of yours to participate in voting. You need to hold the card not as an evidence in banks. The card is meant for your vote to count.
A civic duty, a civic responsibility, which we are all expected to live up to.
I aim for a better Nigeria, a better Benue State. And so I want to be able to vote on that day.
Voter apathy, ignorance of the significance of political participation, among others, are some of the issues noticed among the youth population, as I found out in the course of this report. Although there has been a significant improvement in awareness creation, some youth, however, complain off camera that the political actors are in their words not bringing out cash. With the electoral umpire, security and anti-corruption agencies on the lookout for vote buying, some Nigerians are positive that the narrative will change in the 2023 polls.
Should not be deceived by the mere currencies that they will be given by politicians, but they should walk up to what is right, grab their PVCs, and then make their vote count.
We should forget about the candidate or whatsoever people call. We should make sure we vote to the right person that will help our economy and all the problems that we have in Nigeria.
Discourage political apathy. Because many people have this impression that, why am I wasting my time voting since my vote won't count? No, your vote will count. Make effort and vote.
As Nigerians prefer to vote to elect new leaders, they are united in the belief that whoever wins the presidency, we have so much to do to address the many challenges confronting Nigeria as a nation.
And moving on, election for Bunza Burning Kebbi Kalugo Federal Constituency may have to be moved from February 25 following the death of PDP candidate Muhammad Bello Abba. Abba died upon return from United States, where he went to visit his father, Bello Haliru. The former PDP chairman Bello Haliru has been sick for a while in the United States of America. His son Abba, seeking to go to the House of Representatives, however, died on Friday evening. His childhood friend Ahmadu Umaru Gwandu confirmed the death. 10 political parties have fielded candidates for the post. INEC has fixed February 25th for presidential and National Assembly elections. And amid the dwindling economy and high rate of unemployment that has become the major contributing factor to insecurity in the country, the Adamawa state government says it has lifted over 20,000 youth and women out of poverty. The head of Poverty Alleviation and Wealth Creation Agency in the state, Aishatu Bello Bawa, disclosed this in an interview with Trust TV in Yola. Salis Lawan now reports.
Aishatu Bello Bawa noted that the agency's interventions are in the areas of training for starters, giving technical support to business owners and entrepreneurs, as well as dishing out social welfare packages to those in dire need.
We thank God for the life of Right Honorable Ahmadu Umaru Fintri. It's not an overexaggeration. We have approval and releases over 4.4 billion naira from 2019 to date on empowerment issues. And also this year, in the budget of 2023, we have 2.445 billion has been approved for empowerment. So we consider youths, women, and vulnerable groups.
Bawa said the agency's skills acquisition centers will give priority to the 2,700 students that were already receiving various skills at the centers, adding that opportunities will thereafter be open to fresh beneficiaries in order to reduce poverty in the state.
In 2023, we intend to redouble our efforts to ensure that we have value for the little resources. Despite the financial fragility of the state, we ensure to double our efforts to see how we can make youth and women to have viable trades, that the vulnerable group that cannot attend trade, we can see how we can have social support services for them.
Stakeholders say the opening of the skills acquisition centers, which were long neglected across the state, will boost the state government drive toward the eradication of poverty and creation of wealth in the state. From Yola, Salis Lawan, Trust TV News.
And you're watching the news updates. Coming up shortly, we'll take a look at why people enter funny names. Details of this report and more after the break. Stay with us.
Now, as part of efforts to support Africa's goal of strengthening...
Now, looking at the activity chart, as you can see right here, a total volume of 130...
a Boko Haram crisis that at that time was restricted to Yobe.
How secured are they? You can see security men with blood.
This is the road leading up to the...
Or really, if you look at England squad, you are looking at EPL, you are looking at their names. You are not looking at...
Trust TV, documenting the Nigerian story.
You're welcome back to the news update. Thank you for staying with us. A recap of our top stories. We told you earlier that gunmen raid Edo train station, abduct unspecified number of passengers and injure many. And the hoodlums disrupt collection of PVC, threaten INEC officials in Edo. Into more stories, the Nigeria Center for Disease Control (NCDC) has said that about 189 deaths were recorded in the country in 2022 from Lassa fever. Also, 63 healthcare workers were infected by the disease in the year under review. According to the situation report released on Saturday by the center, confirmed cases for 2022 stand at 1,067 across 112 local government areas and 27 states. The report showed that 72% of all confirmed Lassa fever cases were reported from 3 states of Ondo, Edo and Bauchi, while 23% were reported from 24 states which confirmed Lassa fever cases. A further review that of the 72% of confirmed cases, Ondo State reported 33%, Edo 25% and Bauchi 14%. The 52nd week report from December 26 to January 1, 2023 showed that the suspected cases were 8,202. According to the World Health Organization, Lassa fever is known to be endemic in Benin, Ghana, Guinea, Liberia, Mali, Sierra Leone, Togo and Nigeria, but probably exists in other West African countries as well. In traditional Africa, Nigeria, naming a child is more often than not linked to circumstances surrounding the birth of such a child. This makes some of the names to sound funny to some people and sometimes mysterious to others when one digs into their meaning. Jimmy Azande spoke to some Benue residents on issues around names and filed in this report. Take a look.
In the West, the concept of naming means little or nothing to either the parents or the children. Hence, it is common to hear people bear names like grass, apple, field, orange, rice, etc. On the contrary, Africans, especially Nigerians, and in particular the Tiv people of North Central region, consider certain factors before naming a child.
You know that names have impact on people's lives. In the first instance, names have contextual and connotative meanings. A name may mean something, but in the context within which they use that name, it may mean a different thing. If they give you a name like Chayua, which means poverty is going to kill you, then it is likely that the power of life and death lies in the tongue.
The factors considered when naming children make seemingly funny or mysterious name not merely happenstance, as such names have genealogical or circumstantial meanings. However, many believe that bearers of some names sometimes face negative consequences if such names connote negativity.
My father have a classmate, Yawenda. Once upon a time when we were in school, he said he don't want to answer Yawenda again. Or if you are Yawenda, it is not because you have been rejected by your father's kinsman, as the name implies. Your father or your mom is only expressing her feeling or his feelings.
Most people are no longer, even girls that bear that names, that they were given such names as they grew up, they are changing the names.
When I was born, my father said he has known all these people who were complaining that the wives will not marry here. But now, eventually, he has won the battle. So he has known those people, but he don't want to expose them. So most of these names have a lot of names, meanings. And that is why he called me Father.
In recent times, however, widespread Christianity has shifted the tradition of naming to a more spiritual affair, as biblical names and positive Christian virtues are replacing negative names. This shift, many believe, attracts positivity to those who bear such names.
Rivers State Governor Nyesom Wike has advised the new board of the Niger Delta Development Commission, NDDC, to do things differently. Governor Wike gave the charge when the new chairman of the NDDC board, Loretta Ifeanyi Onoche, led other members of the board on a courtesy visit to him at Government House, Port Harcourt. The report.
Governor Wike maintained such a difference should be the adoption of a regional development approach that will strictly commit to the holistic development of Niger Delta states. The governor urged the Onoche-led board to embrace the conceptualization and implementation of projects like the construction of highways and bridges to link states. Such projects, he opined, will serve as economic corridors to ease interstate movements and promotion of socio-economic integration within the region.
And this has become a cash cow for politicians. Look at about the money NDDC is lost in this state just to win the election here. Cash, 10 billion, carry, go and give, wasted. 10 billion you would have used to construct a mega project in a state. Development of the people of Niger Delta. All you see is political contracts. Somebody's living here, you go and do a road of 50 meters leading to his gate, Is that the duty of NDDC?
Governor Wike also urged the NDDC to pay up its partnership and contractual obligation of 2.5 billion naira, which is half of the 5 billion naira mutually agreed between it and the Rivers State government for the reconstruction of the dualized Eastern Bypass Road leading to NDDC headquarters.
When I talk about integrity, people don't understand. NDDC came to us that we should partner to dualize that road. We awarded to Julius Berger at 5 billion naira, NDC to bring 2.5, we have to bring 2.5. And we have finished the road. If I have sealed the plate that say you will enter here, oh, we can start a problem.
The new chairman of NDDC board, Loretta Onochie, said they visited Wike to formally introduce themselves to him as the governor of their landlord state. Onochie acknowledged the remarkable quality of infrastructure delivered by the administration of Governor Wike that has transformed the entire landscape of Rivers State.
Trillions of naira has been pumped into this commission, and we have little or nothing to share to show for it. We are here now determined, very determined to do things differently.
The Rivers State governor advised the new board to ensure that when projects are awarded, they should not be given to portfolio or political contractors, but to competent ones who will stick to delivering quality and enduring projects.
And on the foreign scene, 2 men have been hanged in Iran after being convicted of killing a member of the parliamentary Basij force during protests to mark the 40th day since the death of a protester Hadiz Najafi last year. Muhammad Mehdi Karami and Muhammad Husseini were executed in the early hours of Saturday, days after the country's Supreme Court confirmed their sentences for corruption on earth. According to the official news outlet of the judiciary, Karami and Husseini were accused of killing Ruhollah Ajamian on November 3, when large protests took place in the city of Karaj near Tehran. According to judiciary, 16 people were arrested in connection with his death, while Karami and Husseini were the main suspects. Saturday's hangings bring the total executions over the protest to 4. The latest executions came amid allegations that the confessions were forced. And that brings us to the end of the news updates at this hour. For more, you can connect to us across all our social media platforms. I am Martia Umar. Thank you for watching. Stay tuned.